All right. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas to everyone. It's, I guess, the 2022-2023 signing date. Signed 16 individuals today. I believe we had 7 transfers. We had 1 junior college guy and then 7 high school student athletes come aboard today, which was really good. 16 was a good number for us. Still got some money in the bank to spend in the next signing period. And then, of course, as the spring kind of works itself out and you get into another transfer portal window there in May. So we've got some needs to fill still, but we feel like we've met some needs in this signing class as well. All in all, everybody at this point in time says they're happy about their signing period, and I think we are as well. I think you look at 2 lines of the scrimmage right there, 3 offensive linemen, 3 defensive linemen, your quarterbacks, your wide receivers with 2, a high school guy and a transfer, 2 linebackers that we have coming in transfer-wise, high school tight end. So a lot of needs were met and still a lot of needs to go. Questions?
So we can start with the upfront. You hoping bring in a couple of experienced offensive linemen after losing guys like Malik and Pat?
Yeah, we brought 2 of them in. Really did. I think the 2 individuals that we have will come in and compete right away and give us some great size and strength up front, something we were looking at.
How has the transfer portal process changed the whole way signing day is?
Have you ever been inside a tornado? Well, I haven't, and I think everybody just got inside of one big one. It's very interesting because the recruiting is changing, your needs of your football program is changing every day because of the guys that are entering the portal from your school, and then of course the portal guys from other schools. So every single day something is new and something is there's a new plan in place, or you're having to figure out that new plan. It's wild, it's exciting. You can't let your guard down. I mean, you're constantly on, whether it's your mobile device or computer. You've got to always have technology at your beck and call, because the first guy that goes in, I mean, you've got to be reaching out. You've got to have an opportunity to get in touch with these guys. You've got to evaluate. You've got to make phone calls. It's speed dating at its finest. It's a hard process that everybody's trying to maneuver through, and we're trying to do it as best as we can. Probably one of the most difficult things about having the transfer portal is, as we're out on the road, we don't have an abundance of staff back here searching through this portal. We have our 4 GAs and a recruiting GA, and after that we have a couple other individuals, but it's hard to stay on top of it. So in the same sense, they're out on the road recruiting and then having to really be looking through that film as these guys hit the portal every single second. And it's a constant. I mean, it's just a ticker. Ding, 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 ding. The bell's going off. You have these alerts on your phone and Twitter, and you have to sit there and follow it.
I guess with all the guys that are out there from all the different levels, I mean, you see it in this class that you signed, how do you hone in on the guys, whether it's from an ACC school or whether it's from the FCS level, they've got the traits you're looking for?
That's a great question, because you don't have a whole lot of time. I mean, you really don't. I used that term speed dating a while ago, and it's almost just that. You take the guy, for example, from Clemson, the linebacker, and Kevin, I mean, as soon as he immediately hits the portal, I mean, Coach Landis and I are sitting there and we're having a meeting at a Starbucks. I mean, right there on Clemson's campus. I mean, it's like Starbucks opens and, hey, come on in, Kevin, let's have a seat. And it's hard, but it's just like anything else. When you go and recruit, whether it's a young man in a high school, I think right from the jump whether it's a fit for your program. When speaking with him, he was a guy that was just so mature. He had everything in line, that what he wanted to accomplish by transferring, why he was transferring, and what he wanted from a school and a staff moving forward. So that was what was really exciting about seeing him. It's hard to do that because it's hard to get places very, very quickly. You try to get there as fast as you can, but in the same time, you're battling several other individuals trying to get there as well.
In this new world, did you go in with not a hard number, but a soft number of how you wanted it broken down between transfer portal kids and maybe a JUCO in high school?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we certainly understand what's important, and that's winning today. And you have to evaluate your roster and you say, okay, what gives us the best chance to win today? And that's how you have to evaluate it. And then you have to look at your position breakdowns and say, okay, where can we have a couple more years of development time by going and signing a high school athlete to come in here that's probably not as strong, probably not as mature, probably going to be homesick, probably not going to play right away. Or you can go with the veteran. And if it's a position of need, you have to do that now. But you certainly can't replace, let's just say, a nose guard that has started for you for a couple years with a high school guy. You have to go out and replace experience with experience.
Are all the transfer portal guys that can come in and play a lot or start right away?
There is a reason why they're here. There is no other reason other than to come in here and play. I will never, ever in my life, ever guarantee a starting position or playing time or anything like that. But there is a need for them at those positions. That's why they were signed. They understand the task at hand. They understand what we need. They understand what they need to give us. And it was a mutual relationship. We were both very, very upfront and specifically why they're coming.
Kevin Swint seems like just, I don't know if you want to say a prize or whatever, but he seems like pretty much a gem to add to your program.
Like I said, we probably spoke the first meeting for 45 minutes, just sitting there, and I was so engaged, and I listened to him for probably 44 to 45 minutes. And it was, I mean, I was really just blown away by this young man. I got up and I walked out and I looked at Coach Landis. I said, that may be the greatest recruiting conversation I've ever had. Because he like I said, of course he's physically mature, but the mental aspect and the mental maturity of him, and he was just so clear on what he wanted to do. And very easy to talk to. The communication skills between he and I was just very, very comfortable. And then to see his athleticism, yes, I think it's going to be a really nice addition.
On the development side, you talked about that. You got 2 quarterbacks in this class coming in as freshmen.
Yeah.
What do you like about them? And is this kind of the first offseason where Trent McKnight is fully offensive coordinator, quarterback coach? Is this kind of his first imprint on that room since he's been able to take over the job with the
Yeah, I think so. We'll have to go through spring and see about that. But yeah, what's really going to be great about those 2 young guys is they're going to come in and they're going to instantly gain valuable reps during spring practice and meeting time. There's going to be a lot of concentration. I love the development of the quarterback because essentially they become the leader of the team. So you look for a number of years that they have to play for you. Those 2 high school men right there are going to come in. They're going to do a great job. We've been recruiting those guys for a long, long time. And it's a pleasure to have them sign with us. And it's going to be a pleasure to have them enrolled here early and ready to go.
Do you like this new world?
Honestly, I do not like the new world. And that's me. Everybody's different. I like the fact that you can add experience fairly quickly, and the transfer portal works both ways. It's some of the guys that are here, and they transfer, and for whatever reason, and we needed some transfer guys in here. So the portal works both ways. I think there's positives to it all. I think there's negatives to it all. What I really do not like about it is I've always liked the development of a football player. I think that's one of the more enjoyable experiences. The high school young man that comes in and he's there 4 or 5 years, and you see him grow as a young, just immature guy, and then he matures and he develops, and you just see a transformation throughout the course of the time that you spend with them. And I think that's getting lost. It's certainly getting lost with us all. That's the thing that disappoints me the most. I used to love, sitting in a home with a student athlete, and he's just coming out of high school, and his family's all fired up. You're in the home visit, and they're looking towards the next 4 and 5 years of their life, and I don't know if that's happening anymore. I think they're just looking for the next 10 minutes of their life.
Become more businesslike.
Oh, it is certainly a business. Let's make sure everyone understands that. I think the student athlete in this day and age has changed the game to the business.
I guess, did you just get comfortable with having a quarterback named Jalen Jones? You wanted to make sure you had another one with the other one out because that's his eligibility.
I think we're just going to leave Jones on the back, same number, and roll with it. What do you think? It makes it easier on our equipment staff.
27.
Any questions from anyone on Zoom?
Yeah, Coach, had a question about the running back position. No lost Tucker and Jam.
Yeah.
And, did not sign a running back as of yet. Is that still obviously a target?
Oh yeah, there's definitely a lot of moves in place for the running back room. We do still have one guy that's committed to us. We have another signing period, and then, like I said, we do have another transfer window. There will be an addition to that room, of course. We understand the need to have good running backs. We've got good running backs still on our roster, but there'll be an addition to that room as well.